Well, I remember my first drink when I was 17. I was doing this summer job and in this warehouse. It was full of Australians. And then one lunchtime we all went to the pub and, 4 or 5 pints. And I thought, no way, I could do that. Well, I did, to keep up with the boys. Afterwards, I went back to the warehouse. I was puking up everywhere, vomit everywhere. I thought, I can't do this. No, never again. And then eventually I did O-levels, A-levels, went to university, came out with a computer degree. And then it's later on, it's when I started working, it's when I was with somebody else, it's then all the sort of my bad habits sort of started coming out. I was successful at my work, I got greedy, and what I did, I knew that the contract was coming up. So I sort of didn't give the contract back to the company I was working for. I got greedy and I sort of grabbed the client and started up on my own. And it's then I think the drinking sort of steadily started because, I was in a successful business. As far as everyone else is concerned, everything was okay. Business was doing well and I would give them all kinds of story. I would phone up and sort of make up something. But secretly, I was drinking. I would find anywhere, a car park, in my car, sort of side of the road, and I sort of started drinking. And sometimes, I would have a sort of blackout mode as well. I would pass out. But as far as home was concerned, I just gave them all this cock and bull story. They believed me. Some of my clients, when I used to pick them up from the airport, and driving, you all of a sudden you have to brake fast, and then all of a sudden these sort of empty bottles would sort of roll out in front of the clients I've just picked up, and from underneath the sort of passenger seat, the bottles would roll out, and I'd make up some story. But for 3-4 years, it was really bad. I was going very bad, yeah. I think it was going to worse, I think. Well, a Saturday morning, I'd sort of get up and say to my wife, look, I've been really bad 3-4 days, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the B&Q, get some gardening stuff, and I'll be gardening. Off to B&Q, and on my way back, of course, I'd go to off license, and I'd buy 3-4 bottles, not the fat ones, slim ones. Bring them back. While digging, I would sort of bury bottles and make sure that the straws are sticking up so that I knew where they were. And while digging, I'd be gardening, but crawling around, literally pissed. And also worried as well. I didn't know. I knew that I had a problem. And I knew my wife was back of her mind. I knew that she was watching me. But I didn't know what to do. I knew that I needed help. She took me to the doctor and she said, I'm going to come in. So she sat with the doctor, and the doctor did all sorts of tests. And he said, look, you need to cut down. And of course did the liver test, and of course it was bad, but it wasn't as if I was going to die tomorrow. So I said, okay. But, I found it very hard to stop drinking. Physically, I was very, very ill. And my wife sort of gave me, she said, look, either you sort yourself out or I'm leaving. And said, okay. And then she started then phoning all the treatment centers. Well, we got in the car, and after about half an hour, I started panicking. I said, look, you've got to stop the car. I haven't had a drink. Every morning in the shower I would have a drink, and I didn't. And I said, you've got to stop. And she stopped outside an off license and got me half a bottle of vodka, because she knew and gave it to me, and she knew that that would make me relax. And I must have drank sort of I don't know, half of it. And there we were outside Life Works. And then I got the bottle out, must have drunk half of it, and I sort of then poured most of it in front of her in the gutter, and I